What's happening? What's going on? It is your boy Tupi. I'm glad that you're here with us on this channel. So today what we're going to do is that we are going to be looking at the markets. I want us to dive a bit more deep into seeing what the dollar index has for us for this week. We're also going to be looking at Euro US dollar. We're going to be looking at GBP USD, which is the most traded pair right now as we speak. And as well, we're going to be diving a bit more deeper into indices, whereby we're going to be looking at Nasdaq and US 30. I'm not done, guys. We are also going to be looking at gold, XAU USD, because I know most of you guys do love gold. And then, yeah, I believe with this, it'll just help you be able to understand what it is that I'm seeing, how do I evolve my charts, and more likely, what I'm actually looking into doing for the week. So yeah, without wasting time, let us get straight to it. Obviously, if such videos are something that you'd like to see moving forward, one thing that you can do is to just like and as well hit that subscribe button. But let us do this, guys. You can simply see right here, I'm starting off first with the dollar index. So what I'll do is that I am going to be starting from a bigger time frames perspective, like the 1 day, just to see exactly what is going on from the daily time frame. And right here, I can simply see that we've got this area be our low, and we've got here be our low as well. Price wanted to go up, didn't really break much to the upside. So now we can see with the daily candle, the previous Friday, on Friday, there's the daily candle that closed on bearish. But right now we can simply see that we are also looking into get a sell position right here in terms of prices now looking into selling. So what I'm now looking for here is I'm going to go to as low as the 4 hour, because on the 4 hour, it will help me be able to understand where exactly is this still going to sell to. And already I can remove this. And with this, at first, we started off seeing it as maybe a low left head and also a right, and then maybe price going back upwards. But now I can see that price has broken below this trend line here, and we had this impulse, this nice correction, and then now we get in that next impulse, which automatically means that there could be a higher chance that price could be selling off. And once it hits here, this is the first take profit, but once it hits here, then it could be going all the way down, which is here at the bottom. But let's just look at a second take profit before it gets all the way down to the bottom. Second TP would be somewhere around here at these levels. So what I'm going to do is that I am going to go back to the 4 hour, and then I'll observe in terms of, okay, now I understand that this is my first take profit, this is my second take profit, and ultimately this is my third take profit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the 60-minute time frame. And then on the 60-minute, I can see prices vivid clear in terms of right now. I can see we had this impulse, this correction. And if I may just target this correction, it's more like this and more like this. And then price basically broke below here with the sell. So with this, obviously, like I did mention, that this is our first take profit with the sell, and then ultimately we're going all the way down to the second take profit, which is here at the bottom, and then the third take profit, which is the ultimate one right here at the bottom. So what I'm more likely to do as well here is I'm just going to adjust my management line, so I have it be like this, because I understand that the market is not perfect, which means that price can go all the way down, hit take profit, break the low, because this is previous lows. Once it breaks the low, and then it will start to correct more like this. And then once it corrects like this, then hit that touch and then continue going downwards, because the market doesn't just move straight up, it moves in phases. And right now we can see that we are in the impulse phase. This also was an impulse phase, but this here, this is a corrective or a correction phase. So that's one of the things that we need to understand with the markets. But now I want us to actually dive a bit more deeper into looking at how this information can help us be able to capitalize, especially on Euro USD, GBP USD, and then we're going to also be looking at US 30 and as well US tech. Then lastly, we're going to be looking at gold. So now I hope that you did find value in terms of understanding how the dollar index is moving. So now it will help us and guide us be able to see what we can expect from Euro USD and as well GBP USD. So let's get straight to it. So right now I can simply see here with Euro USD, basically with that whole pattern that we saw on the dollar, which is more of this correction. And like I did say, this impulse, and now we are in this impulsive nature. So what's more likely to happen is I'm just going to remove this so that I can be able to focus on the structure. So let's start off first with the dollar index, so I can see where price is coming from and where most likely this price is going. So currently I can understand that price has been in a clean upward trend. You can see how price has been pushing upwards, especially on the daily time frame. And as well, we reached this area here, which was more like resistant, because looking at it, this is a resistant and price resisted. But looking also at the daily time frame, price didn't give us an engulfing candle. It just gave us some two bearish candles, but the next candles that came up were bullish, and those candles seem to have a lot of bullish momentum. So right now also it's tough in terms of being able to secure an entry in terms of buying right now, especially with the fact that we are at the resistance. It'll be much more better if price happens to break this area. But one thing that I'm more likely to do is I'm going to go to the 4-hour time frame, so on the 4-hour it can be able to guide me so I can understand much more clearer in terms of what I can expect from this. And then what I'm more likely to do is I'm just going to remove this, and then I know that this area that I was looking at, let me just bring this back. Where is it? Right here. But this area that I was looking at, I know that we're looking at it be here, boom, right here. And then if price happens to break above here, it means that we're coming here at more significant highs, which is right here. So if price basically breaks above this area, let's say like this, boom, breaks above, obviously this now is going to be support, and price is going to eventually come all the way up to our next take profit areas. So that's what I understand already from a bigger time frame perspective. What I'm now going to do is I'm just going to go to a smaller time frame so I can see 4-hour. Also, it's a bit too tricky because like I did, so we need to wait for that further confirmation, because also what could potentially happen is price could left shoulder, head, and then right shoulder, and then price goes down, you understand? And then this just becomes a deeper pattern. So which means that it's very important for us to wait for two confirmation. Either, let me show you the first one. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to extend this on the 4-hour, and then let me just clean this up a bit. So after extend this is going to guide me in terms of seeing first touch, second touch. If price happens to come, maybe give us a third touch, that will also be nice. But if it breaks below and price closes below, automatically what that means is that if price closes below and this becomes a retest, automatically what that means is that we might be selling at least up until here. But if that doesn't happen and price breaks above here, which means that now it will be nice, that's when we are going to see price coming to find a third touch here, and then we're going to go all the way up with it to here, which is nice as well, because anyways taking a buy would mean that our take profit would be here, which is way more high, and as well taking a sell once price is confirmed, it'll be better because we'll be coming all the way down with it here. So even though our risk to reward would be amazing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go to the 60-minute just to see on the 60 what price is saying, because the most important thing is you need to understand that when it comes to the market, you need to wait patiently for the price to tell you and show you what exactly is going on, what it's saying and stuff. So I'm just going to update this and put it here so that I can have this be an area that confirms for me. I know it should be coming right now, not yes, right here. So this area confirms for me. But anyways, one thing that you can see is that here is where we had this beautiful pattern that now broke out impulsively. So with this, I can easily see that this is more of an impulse correction, impulse, you understand? So once price gets here, we'll need to see if price will continue break and then come back to retest, and then we'll see a buy. But if that doesn't happen, maybe price gets here, it rejects, and then it goes down, then it plays a bit, and then it goes down, then it breaks below. Already I know that then price would be selling and then coming all the way downwards. So that's just one of the best ways that we can go about looking at price and what's more likely to happen and stuff. But for now also we need to be aware of the fact that this is an area of resistance. It is at the resistance, we can't avoid that, but at the same time maybe an entry in this case. Let's say for instance for me, if price happens to come just a bit more to the downside, let's say now if price happens to come a bit more to the downside from here where it is, I can see already it broke above here. But if price happens to come a bit down more like this, then I'm more likely to take a buy going all the way up with it. I know that the risk toward is going to be much more better. Then I know first target is here, and then if it breaks above here, obviously that's when we are going all the way up to the next take profit that we hit at the top. So that's just one of the best ways that I'm seeing, you know, price move in terms of on Euro USD. And mind you guys, I did mention also that this is definitely not financial advice, or you should not be seeing this as signals. It's just what I'm seeing in the markets and what I more likely, you know, I'm with the analysis and with my strategy as well, the way that I trade, what I'm just looking into more likely happen in the markets. And also if it doesn't react this way, I am also able to evolve and play around with, you know, specific ways that I know that, okay, the market didn't do this, but it done this. So I build up, I use that information that price would have given me in order to make much more better trading decisions at that time. So now I want us to actually take a look at GBP USD, but already if you happen to find value from this video, the one thing that I need you to do just to show appreciation to, you know, the video, I need you to just like it and as well subscribe. But at the same time, in terms of evolving and adjusting some of the trades that I'll be looking at, you can be in our Telegram group, which is the very first link in the description. In our Telegram group is where, if it happens that I'm updating or I'm evolving certain things, you'd be able to just be the first to know, because I'll be sharing some analysis in there. Let's move over to GBP USD. So on GBP USD, I am going to start off first with the daily time frame, just with the daily time frame, so that we're able to have a much more clearer understanding of what the day is saying. And with this, I can already see that I had this area be my target area, which I'm looking for price to get all the way up to here, which is the resistance. So I understand that there's a high chance that we are still continue going upwards, especially with this one here. So coming here by the 4-hour charts, I just want to be able to see, because already this is in an upward trend, you understand? Like you can see prices pushing upwards, so it'll be better of me to be looking for sells, especially when the market is going upwards. So already with this, one thing that I'm just more likely to do is evolve my structures, just have something be more like this, here, and as well more like this. So this is helping me be able to identify the pattern, which means that now we are continuing to the upside. And as well, I'm just going to go to the 16-minute time frame, and then these are some of the trades that I actually took on the previous week. So let me just clear them out so that we don't have a lot of things going on, but we are able to just focus more on what is currently happening. So okay, perfect. Yes, I can simply see just by refining this, I'm just going to have it be here and as well right here. So this is where I'm looking into taking profit. So the first thing that I need to do is I can't avoid the fact that this is an area of resistance, because you can see here is where price closed. The week went all the way up here. So there's an area where price kept on rejecting multiple times. And also if I can just adjust this, I can easily see that this has broken above right here. So one thing that I'm seeing now, especially with GBP USD, is maybe there could be signs whereby price could just easily come back down, because here I can see already we had this area be our first touch, and as well this area our second touch. So maybe if price can come give us a third touch, and as well be able to just test once again this bearish candle before price became bullish, come tested somewhere around these areas, that means that this would be a much more valid or a nicer buy entry, especially for me, because like I did say, this is what I am looking for. So I'll be coming here with the taking a buy, and then price breaking above, and then maybe once it does this, I'll be able to scale in. Maybe I'll even find another opportunity once it does that, which it's very important of you to be in our Telegram group, because I will be able to update some of these trades as they do happen to move. So yes, this would be obviously our target right here, which is a 6%. And yeah, man, this, I believe it will be amazing. This will definitely be amazing. So that's just what I'm looking for, especially on GBP USD. And right now, especially where it is looking at this resistance and the resistance, there's two ways. You see that price can just come, break below, and then come back to retest. Then we'll continue going downwards if that is like in terms of a change of scenario. Or right here where it is, price might potentially just break above and then come back, retest here. And then once it retests, that when it's going upwards, that's much more easier for us to be able to find a nice clean entry. But let us now move over to US 30. You're probably watching this video and you're just asking yourself, what exactly is it that you can do in order to be able to not just get some of these videos whenever we upload, but to be able to become a part of a VIP community that's going to help you elevate and at the same time share with you some real-time insights. We do have a VIP group, which will be the second link that will be in the description. You can be able to just check it out and get yourself access to it. But now let us move over to the next instrument that we're looking at. So moving up now to US 30, what's going to happen is that I am going to be looking at the daily time frame just to have a clear understanding of what actually is going on. So one thing that I can see here is that we've got this area where we reached, which was an area of support. Right here you can see our support area, and price eventually came here, and as well the followed candle that we can see here was an engulfing, especially on the daily, which means that on Friday candlestick closed with a heavy momentum to the upside. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the 4-hour just to have a clearer understanding of what actually is going on. Is price committing to a buy, or maybe if price is reached an area of resistance, just so it takes a sell. So what I'm going to do is that I am just going to clean this out, remove this as well, and as well remove this. Just so let me just leave this, because this helps me be able to identify and see that we have been on sellers, and just remove this to clean this out. But as well, what I'm going to do is that I am going to put this all the way up to here, so I can easily see that just by using my most recent structures, especially on, let me use this and see if there's any changes here, but especially on the most two touches, lower high and another lower high, I can see price basically broke above right here, and then price came back to retest. So it's more like it wants to go up. So what I'm going to do is that I just want a clear understanding. I'm just going to adjust this once more just to have it be here so I can be able to see exactly. Here I can see that it's more like, looking at it, it's more like at the third touch. Plus as well at the third touch, it's now, this area gave us some engulfing candlestick. But the one thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to go to the 60-minute time frame so I can have a clearer understanding of what price could be saying, because ultimately here, yes, I understand that the first touch, second touch and stuff might say something, but it's not just that tells me what to do. I'm actually stacking up all evidences that I need in order to be able to understand where the market is trying to go. And so far I can see that this area is where our last lower high was, most recent lower high. So obviously if I say that I want to take lower high from here to here, it means that it broke above. Plus as well, this has been a retest. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm just going to have to wait for price to basically break above, because here I can see this is our lower high, it broke above, retest, but I can see this area as well. We've got this area be our resistant. Price has to break above, and then ultimately if we see price breaking above here, then that for me would confirm a buy movement. Because why? I don't want it to be very easy to fall into a trap, because I won't just see a small 1 hour breakout and then think that maybe, you know, it's an ultimate breakout. I have to stack up all evidence just so I'm on the right side of the market, because ultimately we can see that price has been shooting downwards massively. So that's why it's very important to be able to just stack up all evidence that you need. And then what that will do is that it will help me be able to understand that here where we are, because just by looking at it, let me just do this. Just by looking at it, obviously you can see that price is saying that we could potentially buy. You understand? Just by looking at it, it's saying that there's a clean buy position and stuff. But at the end, we are at the resistance. You know, we can't avoid the fact that we are at the resistance. You know, first touch, second touch, third touch, which means that if it breaks out, yes, we might, you know, make more profit. Let's say, for instance, I can make more profits and do all those things. It'll be a risk entry, if I may put it that way. You understand? So it's much more wiser to just wait, because already when people are waiting for that confirmation that I mentioned here, already when price gets here and it's confirming with this resistance, let's say price gets here and it's confirming, already it means that me, I'll be in profits, which means that I can close, I can lock it, I can do whatever. But the best in terms of looking for a buy with a reduced risk entry is once letting price break above to confirm. Then once price is confirmed, then that's when I'll see myself taking that buy. Because why? Also looking at it, just this area right here, look here and look here, this is an order block type of an area which was broken above here, and then price came back to retest, which, let's say, let me use the most recent structure. So now the recent order block would be more like here, looking at this previous candlestick. So it means that basically just by looking at it, yes, this could potentially just go up till somewhere here, and then maybe when we here, because we are at the resistance, that's when we might potentially see that clean sell and price still coming all the way down. But obviously we'll have to be a bit more careful with this. Look at it, because on my side already I can see this could be a left shoulder, head, and as well potentially a right shoulder. You understand? So also it's very tricky in terms of how price would get out of this, because it could go up, go down, and then maybe continue going back up, or price could potentially just go up, break above, which means the night confirmed a buy, coming back to retest, and then we take that buy. And obviously I'm just going to extend my trend line. Very simple. It's not going to be tough, because I'll just extend my trend line more like this. Let me remove this. Just going to extend it all the way from the bottom here to this being our second touch, and as well maybe price coming here, it will be giving us another touches. So it will just be more on adjusting and evolving as price goes. So now one thing that I want us to do is I want us to look at US tech, which is Nasdaq. Check it. I just want you to, you know, take it easy, because I know the mind right now is going insane, especially looking at the opportunities that are going to be happening this exact same week. But one thing that I want to remind you of is, remember that we do have a free Telegram group where you can click the link, the very first link in the description, where you'd be able to just get access to our free Telegram group. And at the same time, if you want access to our VIP group, just click the second link and see what is the difference between the free group and as well the VIP group. But let's continue with our session. Let's go, team. So now let us look at the Nasdaq market and see what it has for us for this week. So I'm going to start off first with the daily time frame right here. So I can simply see that I've been working on it, going all the way down, guys, and we've been capitalizing sell by sell by sell by sell, literally going all the way down with it. We did benefit a lot from it, but right now I can simply see that here where we are, it's more like close to an area of support, because looking at this previous structure, this is where price basically just played around before it shot upwards, and now we got here. And once we got here, we also got this next daily impulsive candlestick to the upside right here. You can simply see this next daily impulsive candlestick. So what is it saying? What is it telling us? Let me just go to the 4 hours so I'm able to actually look at what price is telling us. I'm just going to remove this and then I'll focus on this. So with just these two, first touch, second touch, third touch, price already I can see it broke above, because if I can just extend this, have it be here, you can see price was more of a breakout. And as well, if I could just bring this, I can see this 4 hour candlestick is currently breaking out. So with the looks of it, this could potentially be more of a breakout, continue going to the upside, but it's not yet confirmed up until, because me, I like confirming, so the only confirmation that I need now is at least for price to break above this area right here. Because guys, remember, it's much more easy of you to, let's say for instance, if people are sending out, like, if I'm giving you a signal, it's easy to say buy, sell, but ultimately, what are you learning? Because the ultimate goal is not to, have you buy, sell, and do all those things. I want you to understand why I'm buying, why I'm selling, why I'm looking at certain things, just so you are able to understand this yourself. So if I decide one day that I'm going private, I'm no longer going to be like doing what I'm doing, you can still be able to benefit from the knowledge that you already have acquired from, watching these videos. So that's why it's very important to like and as well subscribe to my channel. At the same time, turn on the notification bell, because whenever I upload such videos, it's either you're going to watch it late or you're going to watch it quick. So it's better for you to get it quick when the market is still in the zone that we're looking into. But yeah, right, I can see that we've got this be our lower high. And if price breaks above, that will be perfect, because it would confirm breakout, and then now we're waiting for the retest to go back upward. So what I'm more likely to do is I'm just going to come to the 60-minute, and on the 60-minute, I'm just going to wait for price to, here I can see we've got this area be more of a first touch, second touch, and initially I had this area be like this, on which you can see I had this be first touch, second touch, third touch, and then price done this is going back upwards. But now I'm just going to evolve for today's purpose, and then I'm just going to take this as well. So now I can see that this is what price is now telling us. I'm just going to move this so that to show that this is old data. I'm no longer using this. In fact, this was a nice trade that we caught all the way down, but I'm now going to be using and working with this, because already you can see here we've got this resistant, and resistant, and as well after resistant, look at what price done as soon as it got here. Price printed a hammer, inverted hammer, which shows that there could be some area of sellers, because of this candle, area of sellers, price could sell. But that's why I say it's very important of us to wait specifically for price to either, let's say for instance, for a sell here, I'd look for price to close below here. Once price close below, and then when it's retesting, that's when I'll take a sell somewhere above where the retest is going to be, and then I'll go all the way down with it. This would be perfect, in fact, if I see something like this, because even the risk to reward is going to be amazing, clean, like something more like this going all the way down. But at the same time, if it happens to respect the opposite, which means that price happens to now go a bit more to the upside, that means that what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to wait for price to close above here, which is obviously here. And then when it comes to retest, that's when I'll take a buy possibly here, and then go to the next first take profit with it somewhere around here, and next take profit, which is somewhere around these levels. So what it is that normally in our VIP group is where we're going to be looking at the 15 minutes, refinery, where it will help us be able to enter much more easier, have a tight stop loss, but at the same time be able to enjoy the profit returns, like in terms of it just going to the target. So that's just what I'm now waiting for. Let's just see with gold, which is our last one right on gold. So gold, obviously, just by going by the daily time frame, I can easily see that we've got this area be support, and now prices just been shooting upwards by the previous days has been buying. Basically price, respecting support and continue to just push upwards. So with that being said, the one thing that I can see from this is that, let me just remove this so that I can make you understand or have a clearer view of what actually is going on. So I can just take this, have it adjusted. Okay, I pressed something by mistake. Okay, adjusted somewhere here and adjust this. So here we can simply see that price first touch, second touch, and price is still going upwards. It's creating higher highs and higher lows. How do I see? Obviously I can see a high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So obviously right now we are looking for price to create new higher highs. But with this, I'm just going to evolve, take it from here, take it to here being the second, meaning that this is my first touch, this is my second, and right now I'm here at third touches. So I'm going to go to as low as the 60-minute time frame, and then I'm just going to refine this so it's much more clean this out. So here I can easily see that what price has done is that price came, gave us first touch, it gave us second touch, and here third touch, price started going upwards. And then here was more of an impulsive phase, because remember the market moves in phases. It's impulse, correction, impulse, forever. It's more like that. So it moved impulse, then it started correcting, and then now this is more of a break to the upside. So one thing that I'm looking for is that I'm just gonna edit or refine this line to have it be more like this, so it's recent. And as well, if price happens to break below here, it means that, and it breaks below the structure here, what I'll just take a message from is that price will just basically come here at previous 4-hour support, because this is where price was previously resistant, you see here. So it'll be coming back here for a retest before it goes upwards. But what's more likely to happen, let's say looking at price, obviously today is still Monday, you know, there's a lot of things, the market still has to choose its direction. But what I'm seeing so far is price could potentially just come, test, and then continue going back upwards. And then once, let's say, test here, then once it tested, then continue going back upwards. And when that happens, obviously it'll give something more like this type of a trade, and then we'll just look into targeting. Maybe the next area will be 3,050, somewhere around here, you know, or I can take this impulsive from high to low, and I can use it to guide me in terms of my target, which is going to be somewhere around here, 3,050 here, like I did mention. So that's basically what I'm looking for in terms of on gold. But there you have it, guys. You did watch me analyze literally from the dollar index, US30, Nasdaq, and as well Euro USD plus GBP USD. Not only that, including gold as well. So one thing that you can do right now is, if you don't want to miss out on some of the updates of these trades whenever I do happen to see, and as well maybe executing stuff, you can just check out the very first link, which will be in our Telegram group. That is where sometimes we do happen to share some analysis. But obviously, if you do want more in-depth, us diving more deeper, like our daily live streaming sessions, you know, our modules that we actually break down our strategy, and just you being able to have a closer, you know, communication with us, then you can obviously check out our VIP community, which will be the second link in the description. But I'm glad that you watched this video up until the end. Obviously, just make sure that you like and as well subscribe to this channel if you do want to find more valuable videos moving forward. I'll see you on the next YouTube video. It is your boy Lusomo Tupi, and I thank you so much for watching.